time. Okay, so we will be discussing this one in this business ideas point of view. Okay, so right. So yesterday's policy point of view, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to show this is Telangana electrical vehicle policy. Okay, so it's a draft and it's not exactly the complete final one because a lot of modifications are going on. So anybody who is purchasing electrical vehicle, so yesterday I told you central government point of view. So what they are giving it up per kilowatt 10,000 rupees for small vehicles, light vehicles, and heavy vehicles per kilowatt hour. It will be 20,000 rupees, right? So the similar one, the state government is also giving you some exemptions. Like okay, so for first few vehicles, they are giving you 100% road tax exemption. Okay, so you don't need to you don't need to have any kind of a registration tax and all, and you are exempted from SGST also. Okay, so 5% is the GST. Everybody know about that one. So in that one, exemption is there, but only for first few vehicles. And you can see this one. If it is okay, so three-wheeler vehicles, first 20 vehicles only, 20,000 vehicles only. And if it is a two-wheelers, it is first 2 lakh vehicles only. If it is a four-wheelers, okay, so right, so first 5,000 vehicles only. Okay, right. So if you are retrofitting, converting your normal vehicle into electrical vehicle, again that will be first. Okay, so 5,000 vehicles only. You are going to get some amount of benefit from the Telangana government. Okay, so this depends upon state to state. Every state will have different policies. I just showed you if you buy what you will get, and if anybody want to establish any kind of a manufacturing plant or assembling plant and all, what the government is going to give you is this. Okay, so it is a supply side incentives they are giving it up. Okay, so if you want to set up any kind of a manufacturing plant and all, based on your price requirement point of view, okay, right? So there is a small amount of capital investment subsidy is also there for bigger enterprises and as well as small, medium scale enterprises. Of course, for small enterprises, you will be coming into MSME categories and all. You will have other benefits. Okay, so tax relaxations and filing point of view and all, you will have good amount of relaxations over there. Participation of tenders and all. Okay, right. So next thing is the power consumption point of view. Whatever the manufacturing plant you have set up, you will have 25% of discount in the power supply point of view. Okay, so whatever you consume it, there will be 25% rebate will be there. Okay, so for a period of 5 years, if it's a new entity. Okay, right. So then electricity duty exemption is also there. 100% duty exemption is there.
Harikrishna sir, sorry for interruption, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, can you a little bit zoom it, sir? Because audience are saying that they are unable. Can you little bit zoom it, sir?
Pardon, I didn't get you, sir. What is
that screen size, people are saying that they are unable to see clearly. That can you increase the font size? Can you zoom it, sir? That's it.
Screen size, they are unable to see it. It's total size of my screen, so it's I'm not sure why they are unable to see it. Are you able to see it, sir? No?
Okay, we are able to see, but that what you have seen a previous thing that is a little bit big, showing small. Okay, now it is okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Now it is okay.
Okay. Yeah. Done. Okay. So I hope it's visible. Okay, right. So this is what the state government is giving up. Of course, it will be different from one state to other state. Okay, right. So whenever your state government is focusing on something, if you have a specific policy, okay, so at the time it's the best time to enter into the business of manufacturing or assembling. Why? Because you will get a good amount of benefits. Apart from central government, you will also get benefits from the state government. So these are all the benefits you are going to get it up. Okay, right. So starting from the setting up of the plant, even the land licensing point of view, single window clearance is there. Okay, so right. Okay, so starting from there to even the recruitment of employees. Okay, so payment of the salaries to them. Okay, right. So there is everybody knows about this labor laws, right? So you have to pay them minimum wages for that one. So if you are an MSME or a okay, so subcategory into that one, so you will have a little bit of relaxation over there. Okay, so right. So you don't need to pay 100% of amount to them. Okay, so that will be coming into the one more category where you can hire the people from one of the registered website in the government, and you can hire them and you can pay them. So government will also pay them monthly 1,500 rupees to 3,000 rupees depending upon the cadre. Okay, so you will be sharing some amount of money. Okay, so these kind of benefits will be given to it. Okay, so each and everything will be taken care. A little bit of exemptions will be there from the government point of view. Okay, so if you want to set up any kind of a business over here. Right. So that was just only a glance because the the document is very big. I just showed you only the supply side and demand side. Okay, so just only a glance, nothing big about it. Okay, right? So when you talk about the battery terminology, okay, so we just need to understand. I just share you. Of course, most of the people might know about it, but still, I just showed you as a way. Okay, right? So whenever you see this electrical vehicle, inside your electrical vehicle, there will be a display will be there. In that one, it will be shown SOC and DOD. Okay, so I'm just showing it up. SOC means what is the percentage of charge which is there inside the battery, and DOD means how much you will be able to discharge, how deep you will be able to discharge in the battery. Okay, so it will be hardly around, if you are taking the lithium batteries, it will be 90 to 95% depending upon lithium technology which we are using. Okay, so lithium ion or lithium, okay, phosphate or lithium ferrites or anything. Okay, right, 90 to 90%, 95% you can deep discharge, and below that, of course, your battery will be totally drained. Okay, so whenever it is showing SOC means, yeah, this is the percentage of charge which is there in the battery. DOD means this is the maximum I can discharge. Okay, so just only a terminology point of view. Okay, right. Right. So yesterday I was telling you, right? So ABB and Ashok Leyland has did some kind of a flash charging technology is there. Okay, so right. So within a fraction of seconds, it will be able to charge you. So it will hardly take 30 seconds to charge heavy battery, and it will be a battery of a bus taking only seconds of time, 20 to 30 seconds of time. Okay, right. 600 kilowatt will be taken care by that charging. Okay, right. So apart from this flash charging, okay, so there are some other things are also there. Okay, right. So which is called as on the go chargers. Okay, right. So on the go chargers is nothing but I hope you might have seen metro rails or trains, right? So while on the way they are going on the rail tracks itself, they will be having the pantograph and they will be drawing the power from the overhead lines. Okay, similar kind of a setup will be there only in highways. It may be national highways or it may be state highways. Okay, so in between that one, there will be 4 kilometers to 5 kilometers line. Okay, so within that range, there will be 11 kV line or 33 kV line. So which will be giving you the same amount of power. Okay, so which is required by the vehicle. So the vehicle should have one kind of small kind of a pantograph. Okay, right? It will collect the power from that one and it will go away. And once it is charged, then it will be in the normal lane. Okay, right? So this is kind of a setup which is there in China, and as well as it is also there in when you talk about the Norway and Netherlands too. Okay, right? So this is very good kind of a setup. You can also Google it and you can also check a few amount of videos in that one. That is one of the good technologies, right? So, but it is not possible in metro cities because of the 11 kV, 33 kV lines which should be going in the small lanes is not possible. So national highways and state highways are the best opportunities, and this is only for the bigger trucks and bigger vehicles, buses. Okay, so within one state, one city to other city transport, or one state to other state transport. Okay, so that will be the very good option over there. Okay, and final thing is that wireless chargers. I hope everybody knows about this one. Wireless chargers. Tesla has a very good amount of wireless chargers which have been maintained. Different models are the T2 model is there, T1 model is there. Okay, right. So they have very good things. Okay, so this will be charged by via induction method. Okay, right. So this is one of the technologies I just wanted to share you. Okay, right. So yesterday everybody were asking a few amount of doubts and all. So I just taken the doubts and clarifications from a lot of my clients, and I just put it over here. I hope you will have some of the doubts, similar kind of things. Okay. So first thing is, I just wanted to tell you who can apply for setting up a charging station. Okay, so everybody will have a doubt. Okay, so whether I can apply individually, whether I should have any kind of a company or association. Okay, so right. So here there is no restriction. Any individual can apply. Okay, for setting up of a charging station. Either he may be an entity or a company, or he may be an individual person. Okay, so right, when you talk about the proprietorship forms, unregistered proprietorship forms, they don't have any kind of an existence. Okay, so you can use whatever the name you want and it will be owned by a single person. They don't have any kind of registrations and also. Okay, so that is also possible here. So any individual, okay, so who is the legal age and who had PAN card and all, okay, right? So that he will be able to, okay, so set up any kind of a charging station in India. Okay, so next thing is that can I set up a charging stations at residence? Okay, yeah, that's possible. Okay, but the only thing is that level 1 and level 2 are possible. But when you talk about the DC fast charging stations, it is not possible to set up at your residence because we need a bigger amount of space and area for setting up of okay, substations, switchyard equipments and all. Okay, so level 1 and level 2 might be possible. Only thing is that DISCOM will come and they will check and they will facilitate the same thing. Either DISCOM some third party persons may come if the discom is not well equipped or they don't have the time. Okay, so they will associate with the third party, they will come for the inspection and they will do it. Okay, right? So you can set up at your home, premises, residence, or otherwise the shopping malls, complexes and all. Level 1, level 2 is permitted. When you talk about the DC fast charging station, they have to look for some safety aspects and all. Okay, so availability of line 11 kV lines and all, they will be checking it. Then only they will give you the clearance. Okay. Next thing is that if you started thinking, yeah, okay, so there will be a lot of organizations like Infosys, Wipro, and all the, okay, so bigger companies might be there. Okay, if they set up a charging station, okay, if public will be going there, okay, because they do have CSR activities, they will be setting up their charging stations on their own with their own funding. Also, they can do that one. If they start doing that kind of a business, okay, so you might be thinking, what should happen to me? Okay, right? So there is one condition which is given by the central government point of view, right? So if any organization is keeping up a charging station in their premises, meaning is that in their okay, so company premises, they should only charge, okay, they should only use it for the captive purpose until unless, okay, so it is set up by any kind of a third party person and it is for the commercial use. Until unless that point, it has to be used only for the captive charging. They will not be able to sell it for the other people. Okay, so right, so there is a one small condition is there, if it is owned by some third party, okay, so or if it is given by free of cost by some third party, and if it is for the commercially registered one, at that time only it is possible, and apart from that it is not possible. And this is, you can sell it to the other people only in the government organizations. It is not at all possible in the private organizations till now. Okay, so best example I just wanted to show you guys is Bescom. Okay, so which is nothing but Bangalore Electricity Company. Okay, so right, so which is there near KR Circle. They are the first one to set up the charging station in entire Karnataka. That is the first charging station which has set up, and it is available only for the people who are working inside. Okay, so it is not available for anyone who is from the outstation or outsiders. Okay, so that is one of the best example. If anybody is from Karnataka, you can go to that KR Circle area. Okay, so electricity department, that is okay, so corporate office, you can visit there and you can see that one charging station installed. Okay, so right, so it is only for the complete 100% captive use. If it is a private organizations and all, okay, for only government organizations, there is a small relaxation given. Okay, right, so until unless it is a third party owned and commercially operated, they will not be able to sell it to the other persons. Okay, right, next thing is that like petrol bunks and all, do I need to get any kind of a separate license and all? Okay, so no, this is, you don't require any kind of a separate license for this one. Okay, so once you submit your application to your nodal agency, DISCOM will check and they will facilitate the electricity supply connections. That electricity supply connection contract itself is your, okay, so right, it's a license for you guys to set up a charging station. So there is nothing else beyond that one. Okay, so you don't need to have any kind of a super person, or you don't need any kind of licenses for this one to setting up any charging station. Okay, so next thing comes to your mind is that where can I set up a charging station? Okay, so no restrictions at all. Only thing is that it should be visible to everyone. There should be okay, so safety should be there. Okay, so person can, I mean, vehicle should have to come there and it had to go in a free manner. Okay, so right, so and there should be electrical infrastructure is the main thing. Electrical infrastructure should be there, 11 kV lines or 33 kV lines or 415 volt lines or 230 volt points, depending upon level 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay, so right, so you should have that electricity supply lines. Okay, so at this point you can use it anywhere. Okay, so this is only for the registration point of view, registered ones. If you want to use any kind of an unregistered ones, okay, so which are called as your two-wheeler charging stations and all, mostly it will be, okay, so unregistered one. Okay, right, so this you can have it and you can use wherever you want. Okay, so this is what I just have collected a lot of things. And when you are setting up a charging station, okay, right, so setting up an EV charging station, what is the process you have to go through is, first thing is you identify the charging location. Okay, so nobody will identify that one, you have to identify this one, because it might be your own land, it might be some other's land, you are taking it on a rent. Okay, so whatever the rental amount and all, you have to negotiate and you have to take care of that one. And finally, once you have chosen the land, okay, so you will look for the suppliers too. And meanwhile, while looking for the suppliers, you will go to your nodal agency. Okay, so you have to fill up an application form given by them with your minimum details and the location point of view. and the location on whose name the land is there. Okay, so whether any sale deed is there or any lease deed is there. Okay, so that kind of a documents you have to support it. Okay, right. So then you have to give an application for them. Then what they will do is that they will send their electricity discom people for the inspection and all, and they will give you clearance certificate. Yeah, electricity. Okay, so infrastructure is there. You can start installing and all. They will give you a letter. Once you get that letter, then you have to finalize your suppliers. Okay, so any of the supplier, it may be ABB, it may be Delta, or it may be any other person, Tata, or it may be anything. Okay, right. So finalize that person. Okay, so by looking into your service point of view and cost point of view, then what you will do is you'll start installing that one. Once your installation is over, then again you have to inform your discom or the nodal agency. Okay, so designated by your local state government. Okay, you have to call them and ask them, yeah, I have did my installations. You can come and visit and give me a clean sheet stating that, yeah, everything is done as per your norms of the CEA, whether I have followed it or not. Okay, so then they will give you a commissioning report. A small letter will be there. They will give you that, yeah, I have visited the site and everything is fine. You can run your system and you can start selling that one. Okay, right. So once you obtain this one, okay, so everything is ready and you will be able to start your business at a time. And there will be a small obligation will be there if you are using any kind of a software. Okay, so right, so which may be collecting your client's data and all. There is a one small obligation will be there. Okay, right. So that is set by the CEA, Central Electricity Authority. Okay, right. So what they will say that whatever the data is there, data of your clients or persons who are visiting. Okay, so if any time if it is asked by the CEA, okay, so or otherwise Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which is a nodal agency for this one, also collecting the data and all, if they ask you at any point of time, they should have that access. Okay, so this is only an obligation. It is not mandatory that each and every one person's details they will be able to take it up. No, there should be an obligation. Okay, stating that if they wish, okay, you should be able to share that one. Okay, so this is the obligation which is set by the central government point of view. Okay, so identify the charging location, take the quotation from the suppliers, apply the nodal agency, approach the nodal agency. Okay, right. And once you have done that one, so you will get a clearance certificate from them. Okay, so once you have taken that one, you start installing your stuff. Once the installation is over, again you have to call your nodal agency or discom people for the inspection and clearance certificate. Once you get that one, everything will be done here. So this is the process how you will be starting up or setting up a charging station. Okay, so right, and whenever I visit to any of the sites, a lot of people will ask, stating that, okay, so where should I set up my charging station? I mean, okay, so right, a lot of the things they will be asking it up. Okay, so right, so for setting up of the charging station, if you don't know any of the things, okay, so there are some third-party organizations which are there, and they will be able to do your kind of a stuff. Okay, so this evaluation and okay, so infrastructural arrangements and all. Okay, so they will give you a feasibility report for that one. Okay, so there are organizations which are present. Even though if you don't know anything about charging station also, there are a lot of people which are available in the market, and they will be able to guide you. Okay, so right. So which brand is a good? If anybody asks, okay, right. So which brand is a good? I'll not be able to say which is a good brand, but only thing is that look for the faster service. Okay, so wherever it is there, your faster service is there. Okay, so look for that thing and look for what is the warranty terms and conditions they are giving it up. What is the AMC charges they are going to give it up. Okay, so then good for the good brand, then go ahead with that one. Okay, so a lot of companies are there. Okay, so right, if I want to pick one, it will be a little bit of a difficult situation even for me to pick one. Okay, right. So when you talk about this, okay, so electricity department and application will be there and they will be filling it up. What is the tariff rate? Okay, so if you are consuming for your own household point of view, okay, if you are using 3-pin sockets and all, it will be your electricity tariff rate, normal tariff rate. Okay, so but if you are setting up a charging station, okay, so for the commercial use and all, okay, so for that one, what is the tariff rate? Because you are consuming the electricity, so you have to pay the discoms a tariff rate. So that is given in Telangana, and as well as each and every state will have the similar kind of tariff rates. Okay, so for LT category, okay, so which is less than 50 kilowatt and all, okay, so you will have 6 rupees per unit rate, flat rate. Okay, so just like your household, okay, if you are consuming only for 100 units, it will be 1 rupee 45 paisa, and beyond 100 units, 2 rupees 60 paisa, 3 rupees and all, it will not be there. So flat 6 rupees as of now. Okay, so 2018-19 that was an order, but still 21 also we are following the same thing. Okay, so until unless the Discom has any kind of referral difference from that one, so till that time this is the price. If you are going for the HT categories, basically meaning is that fast charging stations, DC fast charging stations. Okay, so beyond the 50 kilowatt and all, there will be a tariff which is called as a time of day. Okay, so most of the industries will have the similar kind of a time of day. Okay, so from morning 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. you will be charged 7 rupees per unit. Okay, so this is a peak time, so that's why they are charging you very high. And night 10 a.m. to morning 6 a.m. 5 rupees per unit rate. Okay, so but it is a difficult time. Okay, so a lot of people might be thinking, yeah, night 10 o'clock to morning 6 o'clock, who will be coming for the charging? Okay, so this is good for not for the charging stations, but it is good for swapping stations, battery swapping stations. Okay, so right, so this is one of the good thing, you can have it up. And next thing is that 10 okay, so other slots, meaning is that morning to evening time period is there, and remaining time period it is okay, 6 rupees per unit they are charging it up. And these things you can get it and you can download it from any of your electricity department websites. Okay, so here I belong to TSSPDCL, so I have taken it from TSSPDCL. You can also visit your state nodal agency website. Okay, for Telangana TS Redco. Okay, so for Andhra Netcap, okay, you can visit them and you can see what is the tariff rate applicable to that. Okay, so right, so tariff rate, please do remember that if any regulatory changes are there, this price might vary or might be the same. Okay, so there is no guarantee that this is a fixed price. Okay, so for another 5 years or 10 years, but once the contract is done, they will not be able to change the price for that period of time. Okay, right, so before entering into the brief financial analysis point of view, okay, so right, I just need to ask you guys if you have any kind of queries in whatever we have discussed, the setting up of the charging stations and all. Okay, so please do let me know. So we'll be able to clarify whatever the things are there before entering to this. Otherwise, once we enter into this, then we will have some calculations and all will be going on. So we might not be able to take up the previous stuff. So anyone from the group or participants, anybody who just wanted to have, okay, so any queries or anything in this, you can please share. Or otherwise, you can also put it in the chat box, please.
So any doubt, because as requested by subject expert, anyone is having any query, you can ask it. Otherwise, we can go for next. Okay, Irrigation sir, we can go for next, sir.
Okay, okay. So yeah, sure, sir. Sir, are you able to see my slide changes, right, sir?
No, yes, we are able to see, sir. We are able to see.
Yeah, okay. So right, guys, this is the price point of view. Okay, so I have taken it as the least cost charger. Okay, right. So here you can see this, guys. Okay. Okay, so first I have taken it as GBT charger. Okay, so and which is a slow charger. Okay, right. So slow charger in this segment point of view. So 10 kilowatt charger is there. So 10 kilowatt meaning is that it has 3 guns and each gun will have 3.3 kilowatt, means 3 vehicles at a time you will be able to charge it, and it is a very slow charger. Okay, so along with your vehicle, when you purchase a vehicle, you will get a small charger. Compared to that, it is slightly high power rating. Okay, so it will be basically coming with a single phase power, I mean 3-phase power supply point of view. Okay, right, so this is a slightly higher power rating over here. Okay, right, so when you talk about the cost of this charger, so this is 45,000 rupees inclusive of GST. Okay, right, and if you want the company to install this one, okay, so 9,500 rupees will be the installation. Okay, right, and they will be able to give you some amount of cables and all. Okay, prescribed length and all things will be given, and if you have any extension is required, they will always ask you for another additional cost. Okay, so that we have to discuss with the installation team of the company. Okay, so next thing is that cost of electricity connection. Okay, so right, so cost of electricity connection is not yet 100% completely defined by the most of the states. Okay, so but they will always say that per kilowatt is 1200 rupees. Okay, so right, the different states have different norms. So per kilowatt 1200 rupees. So here it is 10 kilowatt, so I have taken it as 12,000 rupees. But please do remind that a lot of states have not given the exact prices for it. Okay, so you have to visit the nodal agency for confirming to the exact prices. Okay, so each and every year it will be varied. Okay, so next thing is the cost of internet, 4,000 rupees if you're giving it up, and electricity meter. Okay, so security deposit point of view. So anytime you take any kind of things from the electricity department, you apply for a new meter and all, they will always take you a refundable security deposit. That is 2,800 rupees. They are taking it up. And the cost of software and application or interface. If you want to use any kind of an additional software, billing software, or any kind of okay, so different platforms, payment platforms, and all. If you want to use that one additionally, you can use this, or otherwise. Okay, so you're comfortable with the existing one only. Okay, so be careful with that one, right? So next thing is discom inspection charges and testing charges. Okay, so right, so discom people have to come. The officially charges are mentioned as 2,000 rupees. Okay, so right, so additionally you have to pay some amount of overhead costs also because of the transportation and all. Okay, so they might be asking you another 500 to 600 rupees. Okay, so in few locations they will be asking it up if it is a remote area and all, right? So next thing is finally overheads. So whatever the cost is there, we have to add 10% of that one. So that 10% is added to it. Okay, right? So next thing is that total cost of setup. So if you are taking the 45,000 rupees charger, so here we are talking about the four-wheelers. Okay, so and three-wheelers also it will be able to cater. Okay, so very few number of two-wheelers it will be able to cater, but another two-wheeler segment is there, which I showed you yesterday, which is costing you hardly around 9,000, 10,000 rupees. Okay, so that is a different setup, but this is a good setup, which you will be able to feed more number of vehicles, okay, different models of vehicles over here. Basically, it is GB by T charger. Okay, so 99,330 rupees is the cost of the setup. Means is that it is a capital expenditure you have to have minimum 1 lakh. Okay, right? So when you talk about the operational expenditure, I'm mentioning it as a salary. Okay, so I should not mention 15,000 rupees, but I have mentioned it as okay. So qualified person over here. So I taken minimum charges as 15,000 rupees. Okay, so in good metro cities and all, they will be charging this much amount, right? So 1.8 lakhs per annum. Okay, so internet and Wi-Fi every month you have to do the recharge and all, right? So 8,400 rupees. Of course, this is your choice whether you want to have the internet Wi-Fi connection and all, or otherwise if you don't want to have this one, if you want to go for traditional and old payment methods and old interface methods, yeah, you can have that one too. That is the choice of the person, the business person over here. Okay, so right, next is maintenance cost. Every equipment will have that maintenance cost. First year everybody will give you free of cost, and second year onwards they will be charging you 2,700 rupees, and from third year onwards, okay, so 5% increment will be there each and every year. Okay, so right, so payment gateway, if you want to use any other kind of things apart from Google Pay or Phone Pay, if you want to use your predefined payment things which are automatically linked to your bank and all. Okay, so if you go to the SBI and all, they will be able to give you the price. Okay, so I have taken it from the SBI bank. Okay, 7,000 rupees, they will be able to do that one. Okay, right. So meaning is that you will like be getting a swiping card and you will be having a Wi-Fi. Okay, so base modem also you will be having that one. Okay, so that kind of a facility will be there with the banks. That is your choice whether you want to have that kind of a technology. Yes, 7,000 rupees you can pay one-time investment, or otherwise if you don't want, yeah, you can still enjoy the stuff. Okay, so if you are taking the software in the previously mentioned capex, if you are using any kind of a software, okay, so you should have to have maintenance cost for that one also. Okay, so first year it will be a free maintenance cost, and most of the people will say, whichever I have interacted and my team had interacted, they will always say, what is the problem with that software? Okay, so it is only for the billing point of view. Anything is there, we do have other alternative ways to direct that one. So okay, so they will always say that one maintenance, when the problem comes, when there is a tougher problem, then only they will be calling the service guys and they will pay that one. So till the time they are okay, comfortable doing ahead with this. Okay, so next thing is that overheads. Of course, any project, anything is there, whether it is a capex, opex, or anything. Okay, so you should have your overheads. Okay, so 27,000 rupees that I have taken it up. Okay, right. So fixed cost, whenever you are paying the electricity bill, there is a two things: fixed cost and variable cost will be there. Okay, so fixed cost means whether you are consuming any kind of an electricity or not, you will be have to pay some amount of money to the discom people. Okay, right. So this is the same case here. You have to pay them. Okay, so how much you have to pay? 50 rupees per kilowatt. So this will be decided by your discom people. So once you go to the discom website and all, if you check that one, okay, so what is the tariff rate and all, they will always specify you this stuff. Okay, right. So then keeping all the things together. Okay, so what is the total cost your operational expenditure is? Okay, so 2,98,000 rupees. Okay, so see that one only for the equipment and all the things, capex is only 1 lakh, but you can see this one operational expenditure is almost near to the 3 lakhs point of view. So at least you should have minimum 4 to 5 lakhs in your hand to run it. Okay, so operational expenditure, because you have to plan for 1 year, so I have taken it as 1 year. Okay, so but if you don't want to do that one, I'll do all the things on myself or by myself. Okay, so add only your cost and rest of the things you can remove. Total OPEX, most of the OPEX you can remove. Okay, so almost 2.5 lakhs you can remove if you are doing it on your own. Okay, so right, so and minimum 1.5 lakh if you have that one, yeah, you will be able to set up a good charging station. Okay, single charging station, which you can charge 3 vehicles at a time. Okay, so this is the cost point of view. Okay, so next thing is that, yeah, once you have decided the cost, then you have to say how to estimate the business point of view. Okay, so right, so then you should have some kind of an assumptions, calculations you have to do it up. Okay, so when I'll get back my money, okay, so what you know about how you will get back your money. Okay, so what is the number of sales? Okay, right, so how many people will visit and how many people will charge, for how long they will charge. If you know that calculations only, then we will be able to say this ROI. Okay, so what is that is nothing but your payback period and return on investments. Okay, so for that one we have to make some assumptions. Okay, so yesterday whatever we have taken this Mahindra E2O model, the same thing I have taken it up, but only the petrol cost I have reduced. Okay, so because I'm considering the little higher ones. Okay, so over a period of another 1 year or 2 years, so I hope the cost of petrol might be coming slightly lesser because the inflation is very high at this point. Okay, I'm presuming that, yeah, over a period of year or a half. Okay, so the prices might come down. Okay, so I have taken it as 79 rupees only. Previously, yesterday I have shown you 100 rupees. Okay, right. So if I'm taking this one, okay, the similar kind of a calculations yesterday, whatever we have to do. Okay, so price per kilometer is coming to 39.5 rupees. Okay, so if I'm taking the petrol price, okay, so 39.5 rupees per kilowatt hour per unit cost. If it is a normal electricity, if I'm taking it up, 6 rupees per unit cost. Okay, so you can see this one. Okay, the bottom price, the importance or significance of 39.5 rupees is that, okay, so if any customer comes to you, okay, right, and he charges his vehicle and he had to pay some amount of money for whatever the electricity he consumed. Okay, so what is the price that you have to charge from the client, okay, or the customer, is that 39.5 rupees is the maximum price you can charge from the customer, where there is no difference between your, okay, there is no fuel cost difference between your petrol vehicle or IC engine vehicle and as well as your electrical vehicle. Okay, so I hope you got the point over there. Okay, so if you want to run, okay, so what is the cost per unit for electrical vehicle is 6 rupees, but per unit for your normal IC engine based vehicles is 39.5 rupees. Okay, so per kilometer we have to say, but basically we do have the battery, so that's why I have taken it as per unit rate per kilowatt hour. Okay, right, so per kilowatt hour, okay, so 6 rupees for our electricity department, and if you are using the petrol vehicle, 39.5 rupees is your stuff. Okay, so this forms a bedrock foundation for what is the maximum price that you can take it from the customer. Okay, so at this time customer feel that, yeah, there is no price difference between your normal IC engine based vehicles and, okay, so your electrical vehicles. So okay, so this is the price, is the maximum price, right? So we have to always charge completely lesser price compared to this. Okay, so as of now we don't have any kind of a regulations from the government point of view, so that's why we have taken it as an assumption. So here I have taken the three categories here. So 39 rupees is our maximum price. Okay, so we have to take from the customer. Okay, so apart from your parking charges and all, okay, so that if you want to charge extra, that is your wish. If you don't want to charge extra, you can club together. Okay, so what is the maximum I can charge from the client? I have taken it as a three categories here. Okay, so 20 rupees, 10 rupees, and 8 rupees category I have taken. And I'm assuming that, okay, so only 6 vehicles in a day I'll be able to charge it. Okay, so only 6 vehicles in a day. Okay, so right, Mahindra E2O, we have taken that one. That is a very old model, but the smallest battery capacity one. Okay, so I have taken only that one, and I assume that, yeah, only this vehicle I will be taking it up. Only 6 vehicles I can charge. I have 3 guns, 3 vehicles at a time I will be able to charge it. Okay, okay, so for one gun, I'm charging only 2 vehicles. So meaning is that for the entire system per day, only 6 vehicles I'll be charging it up from morning to night, whatever the time period you can take. Okay, right, so how many days I'll be running it up. So I have taken it only 300 days considering the holidays and all the things. Okay, so I removed 2 months. Okay, so only 300 days is my operational days. Okay, right? So whenever I use one gun, okay, so it is a 3.3 kilowatt, 3 guns or 3 charging points are there. It is, you can say that one almost 9.9 kilowatt or 10 kilowatt. Okay, so right. So if I'm running this one for a period of 10 hours of operation, because I'm assuming that, okay, 2 vehicles, if I run for this one, okay, so 10 hours it will be taking care. Okay, so for entirely filling up of the 6 vehicles. So if I'm running my entire plant for a period of 10 hours, okay, one gun will take care of 33 units because it is 3.3 kilowatt. Okay, so 10 hours if it is running, 33 units, it will take 3 guns, it will take 99 units. Okay, so 99 units is my electricity consumption because we have to pay to the electricity department over there at 6 rupees. Okay, so 99 units it will take it up. Okay, so for 300 days, 99 units, you can see the bottom one. Okay, so what will be the stuff is, okay, so 29,700 units annual consumption. Okay, right, so 29,700 units is the annual consumption. So if I take this 29,700 rupees annual consumption, so okay, so I have to pay to the DISCOM also. Okay, at the rate of 6 rupees. Okay, so how much I'll be able to pay to the DISCOM people is, okay, so right, so 1,78,200 rupees I have to pay annually to the DISCOM people. Okay, so here I'm talking only about the variable charge because fixed charge I already kept it in OPEX point of view, operational expenditure. Okay, so per unit price I'm mentioning it over here. Okay, right, so I have to pay to the DISCOM 1,78,200 rupees. How much I have to collect from the client? Okay, right, so basically I'm using 99 units is my per day. Okay, so when you talk about annually, 29,700 units. Okay, so right, so what is the cost I'm taking it from the client is 20 rupees per unit rate. Okay, so for 33 units it is 660 rupees. For 99 units it is 1980 rupees. If I calculate the same thing for the 300 days, okay, so 5,94,000 rupees is my income. Okay, so right, so this is my total income in a year if I'm running as per these conditions, 10 hours of operation of my vehicle, of my entire charging station. Okay, so totally 6 vehicles I'll be charging in a day for a period of 300 years. If this thing holds good, okay, so then annually you'll be earning 5,94,000 rupees, only taking 20 rupees from the customer. Okay, so you can take additionally 5 rupees or 10 rupees as a parking charges. Okay, so that is your wish on an additional cost. Okay, so 5,94,000 rupees is my income, and in that one, okay, so 2,98,000 is my operational expenditure that I have to remove it, and 1,78,000 rupees I have to pay to the DISCOM people that I have to remove that one. So totally how much I'm getting? 1,17,800 rupees is my total income annually if I'm removing all the operational expenditure and okay, so and the electricity DISCOM people. Then what is my investment? 99,300 rupees. Take it as a 1 lakh. If I remove my investment also, yeah, I'll be in a profit of 18,500 rupees in the first year itself. Okay, so what is my stuff? Whatever I have invested, I'm getting back my entire money in the first year itself. If I'm charging 20 rupees from the client. Okay, so similar setup, if you are charging 10 rupees from the client, okay, so assuming the same hours of operation and all, okay, right, so then how much you will be earning annually is that, okay, 1,79,200 rupees you are in a loss if you are charging 10 rupees, only 10 rupees from the client. Okay, so no other thing, only 10 rupees from the client. Okay, so right, so if the government has asked you or regulated something, okay, so which is called as, okay, so you have to collect only 10 rupees from the client or 15 rupees from the client. Okay, so at that time you have to make your own stuff. Okay, so own calculations you have to do this one, and you have to find out whether it is feasible for you or not. If it is not feasible for you, apart from this electricity, apart from the charges you will be collecting it from the client, you have to add some additional charges which are called as your parking charges or otherwise the service charges or anything. Okay, security charges, because the vehicle will be at your place and you will be responsible for that. Okay, so overlooking of that vehicle, you can take another 5 rupees or 10 rupees from the client. Okay, if you don't want that one also, okay, so create one parking area or parking shed in okay, so any of the complexes and all. Okay, so use that one because anyhow shopping malls and all, they have to pay the parking charges in most of the cases in cinema theaters and all. Okay, so use that place, and instead of paying that parking charges to the, Okay, so owner of that location, so you can take it as a contract and you can take the taxes. Okay, so that will be beneficial for you too in that case. Okay, so right, so this is the case when you take the 10 rupees. Okay, so minus 1,79,000 rupees will be the loss in the first year. Okay, so in the subsequent years, if your business is the same, you will be still again in the loss. Okay, so but if your business is increasing, okay, so at a rate of 10%, okay, so number of vehicles instead of 6 vehicles, okay, so right, so if it is another 7 vehicles, yeah, you might be able to recover it within less than 4 years of time, whatever the amount is there. So each and every year, if it is okay, so 10% increase in your sales volume point of view, or the persons who are coming to you, okay, so less than 4 years, you'll be able to recover this stuff. And we talk for the 8 rupees point of view, 10 rupees itself is loss. 8 rupees means it will be in a heavy loss. Okay, so we will not talk much about the 8 rupees point of view. Okay, so here I have taken one scenario. Okay, so which I just showed you here. You can also do a lot of iterations. Instead of 10 hours of operation, you can also consider 5 hours of operation, 6 hours of operation. Okay, so instead of 20 rupees, you have relaxation up to 39 rupees is there. Okay, so if you take 30 rupees or 25 rupees or 22 rupees, okay, so you can also do a bit of a math calculations over here. Okay, so and you will be able to get a good amount of figure over here. And in the operational expenditure and the capital expenditure, there are a lot of things, unwanted things. Okay, so which may be or may not be required. Okay, so based on your site location and okay, so the people okay, so people lifestyle point of view. Okay, so right, so you can save a bit of amount over there. Okay, so overall you have to get prepared for the worst case scenario. Okay, so not for the better case scenario over there. Okay, right. So that is the smallest charging station I have shown you. But when you talk about the bigger public charging stations, which we have discussed about the public charging stations, which is it's a FAME policy is there. Okay, so one CCS charger of 50 kilowatt, one CHAdeMO charger 50 kilowatt, Type 2 AC charger 22. Okay, so Bharat DC charger 15 kilowatt and Bharat AC charger, whatever we have discussed, 45,000 rupees charger. Okay, so right. So this is the ones. If you take all these things, what is the capital expenditure is 29,67,000 rupees. Okay, so including all the thing, electrical infrastructure and all the things will be coming into picture. But when you talk about the operational expenditure point of view, you can see this one, your electricity bill and even the rent have taken it only 50,000 rupees per month for this almost quarter acre of land. Okay, right. So only 50,000. But if you have, as per your site locations and all, if there is any price deviation is that you can use the same thing. Okay, so 9,57,000 rupees is the operational expenditure. But in previous case, you have seen this one. 1 lakh is the capex, and opex is almost 3 lakhs. Okay, so here the system capacity or the size increased, but only thing is that all the remaining things are same. Okay, so one charging station, one person is not required. Okay, so for 4 chargers, 5 chargers, even 6 chargers, also 1 person or 2 persons are more than enough to maintain all this stuff. Okay, so you are saving the manpower, you are saving the internet cost for that one. Okay, so you are saving the transportation and all the things for that one. So payment gateway charges. Okay, so your electricity charges and all the things. Okay, so altogether, your expenditure, operational expenditure is hardly near to 10 lakhs only. Okay, so right, so that is 1:3 capex is to opex when your system is very small, and this is whenever your okay system is very big, this is 3:1 ratio. Okay, so right, so this is a kind of a small setup I just wanted to show you guys in a free way. Okay, right, so you can also use this for Hyundai Kona model or the bigger versions of electrical vehicles. So till the point of regularization of your electricity tariff rates, okay, so we have to make our assumptions and analysis. Okay, so and we have to take it from the clients. So previously we have seen this one Mahindra E2O model. If it is 79 rupees per fuel rate, I have taken one consideration. So 39 rupees maximum I should be able to charge from the customer. But if I take Hyundai Kona model, Indian version 39 kilowatt hour battery, and the fuel price, if it is 87 rupees, okay, so another set of calculation here. Okay, so you can also take it as 100 rupees or 120 rupees, whatever you wish for the future ones. Okay, so at this time, maximum I can charge 47.8 rupees from the customer over here. Okay, the same set of calculations, but I have to consider a little bit of an inflation in the fuel prices and all, whether it will go up or it will come down. Okay, so you know that dollar is getting rebounded and fuel prices have been increasing, inflation is increasing. Okay, so right, so bond yield has been 10-year bond yield is very less in the US case scenario as of now. You can see that Fed policy meeting in a few days back. Okay, so that's why your oil prices have risen very fast. Okay, so yesterday itself the oil prices are very high. Okay, so right, so these things will happen if you have the good amount of inflation over here. So try to look into that inflation point of view and try to calculate on your own. Okay, so you don't need to be an expert for that one. If you can Google that one, okay, so you'll be able to get a little bit of a calculators over there, put it over there and get the appropriate prices. So if you want to do that stuff on your own, or otherwise there are a lot of experts available in the market. Okay, so you can approach any of them and you can ask them to calculate this stuff for you guys. Okay, so previously I have taken only one price of a one brand, but you can see this one different price ranges I have taken it up. Okay, so range I have taken it up of different brands. Okay, so charging station hardware is nothing but total chargers and all. Okay, so 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000 rupees. If it is a 5 kilowatt to 15 kilowatt charger, and if it is a DC fast charging station, you should have 7.5 to 25 lakhs of time. Okay, so electrician materials and labor point of view. Okay, so other materials is nothing but your shed and all the things. Okay, so it will be there. Okay, so transformer and all for 15 kilowatt and all, it is not required. But for the DC fast charging station, yeah, you require that setup and all. So that cost will vary from 5 lakhs to 15 lakhs point of view. Okay, so previously for single charging station, I have not taken it as the marketing, which is nothing but your mobilization point of view. But for the bigger charging station, you have to do the marketing. Okay, small charging station is there, it will be going by word of mouth. Okay, so you can inform your friends or you can go for the nearby people and all you can approach. Okay, so but here when you talk about the bigger stuff, you have to give the TV ads or newspaper ads because your investment is very heavy here. Okay, so there you can talk about lesser investment, but here you have to talk about the bigger investments. Okay, so depending upon the locality, you have to decide your marketing strategy. Okay, so next thing is the permissions point of view. Okay, so land lease agreement, sale deed point of view. Okay, right. So, and apart from that, you have to get electricity clearance and as well as pollution clearance certificates and all for that one. So that will be the costing you 3,000 to 15,000 rupees in both the cases. Okay, so for a small charging station, okay, so minimum 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs you should have, and for the bigger charging station, minimum 17 lakhs to 50 lakhs you should have it in your hand, or otherwise you should be able to make it ready. Okay, so if you want to set up any kind of your charging station. Okay, right. So few suppliers as we discussed. Okay, so the biggest suppliers are here: ABB, Hexacom is there, Zev Point is one, Schneider, Mastec is also there. Mastec is again the good one. Okay, so which will be Make in India concept basically. Delta is there. Okay, right. Tata Power is also there, and Ather is also there. Okay, right. So previously Mastec used to supply control systems to Tata Power. I hope they are doing the same thing to the Tata Power even now. Okay, so Ather, I hope most of the people might have seen the two-wheelers. Okay, so they have entered into the four-wheeler segment also here. Okay, so they are making their own charging stations on their own. Okay, so right. So when you talk about the battery swapping point of view, there are a lot of many companies which are working in the battery swapping because we have to use the time of the supply is there, right? 5 rupees, you are reducing 1 rupee of your charge. So what you can do, this additional business is instead of only the charging, you have to make charging plus swapping at a time. Okay, so what you have to do, charge the batteries and keep it ready. The other persons will be coming and taking up over there. Acme is one company, okay, so which is also into solar and which is also into the electrical vehicle segment. Sun Mobility is one of the good companies. I hope most of the people might be familiar with the one small vehicle which is called as Reva, which is a mini, less than the size of a Maruti van. Okay, so Reva is one of the India's first commercially available electric vehicle. Okay, so manufactured electric vehicles. That was in Bangalore. Okay, so that company was there. Reva was the company, and that has been taken over by Mahindra and Mahindra. And the first model of that one is Mahindra E2. Okay, so the Reva company, the owner of the Reva company has established the same thing, which is called as the Sun Mobility as of now. Okay, so he's running the business in that one. Okay, right. Next thing is Fortum. Okay, so Fortum is there also there in the charging stations point of view. So which is Rajasthan based. It's an MNC also. Okay, so this is also supplying good. And Ola, everybody knows about it. Okay, so Ola had a good amount of tie up with Mahindra. Okay, so Mahindra Institute they have tied up with, and they are doing some kind of a research in okay, so how to adjust this battery swapping and how to do it in a safely in Mahindra vehicles point of view. So Acme, Sun Mobility, Fortum, Ola are there in this battery swapping business point of view. Okay, so when you want to talk about conversion point of view, electrical vehicle or normal vehicle, IC engine based vehicle, if you want to convert into electrical vehicle. So one of the best companies in Hyderabad is eTrio, is one of the good companies. Okay, so right, so they have a good amount of RI approved models are there. Okay, so kits are there. So basically nothing but they will remove your exhaust and all the things. They will retrofit with this existing kit and they will fit it up and they will trial run and it will be ready. Okay, so it doesn't take more than a week of time. Okay, so for trial run approvals and all, it doesn't take me on the time. Okay, so Rexnamo is one company which is from Ghaziabad, UP. So they just seen that one in Expo, and they are also making good. Okay, so why I mentioned it as because he's the first person who made okay, so Ferrari out of a scrap. Okay, so that is a youngest guy who is of 21 years old. Okay, so when I was a kid, I guess at the time he made this Ferrari with the scrap. So he is the same guy who established this company, which is called as Rexnamo. Okay, so electric vehicles in India. Okay, so this is one of the company, but not much widely famous. But yeah, still they are doing a good amount of electrical vehicle retrofitting company. Okay, so if you want to convert your existing vehicle into electrical vehicle, yeah, you can approach these companies. And there are other companies also, with but whatever I have interaction with the people, so I have taken it from them only. Okay, right. So our final thing when you talk about the business opportunities point of view. Okay, so what you can do in this electrical vehicle segment is that you can set up the charging stations on your own, and you can run it as a commercial basis. The swapping stations on your own, you can do that one. So for that one, you need whatever the amount we have discussed. You have to use that one. You should need that amount. Next thing is you can become a dealer or distributorship for any kind of an EV charging stations. Yeah, you can approach any company. Okay, so you can do the security deposit. Minimum will be taken as a 5 lakhs rupees point of view. And okay, so if you don't want to do that one, also give them sales instead of paying the security deposit. Give them the sales, and you can say that one, I want to be your dealer. Yeah, that model also works very good. Okay, so battery rental and servicing. Yeah, this is a little bit of a high end risk, and okay, so high investment and high risk one. If you are comfortable, if you are doing any kind of an activities in the batteries point of view, okay, so servicing, how to do that and all, that's a very good business. And battery scrap is going to coming to picture in the future. Okay, so very near future, and that is going to boom, and that is going to rock everything. Okay, so because we don't have any kind of a lithium recycling plant commercial operations in India. Okay, so we do have plant, but it is not highly commercial operations in India. Okay, right. So if you can enter into that field, that is a very good thing for you. And next thing is that you can become integrator or O&M operators. Meaning is that you can do installation, you can also do partly amount of maintenance point of view. Okay, so not the servicing, only the maintenance point of view. If you want servicing, you have to be get authorized from the manufacturer. So that also you can do. Next thing is that you can be a component assembler or manufacturer. Okay, so right, for all these things you need a little bit of amount of money. Okay, so maybe from starting from your 5 lakhs to you should have a bigger amount of money depending upon the capacity. But when you talk about if you don't have any kind of a money, okay, so you can become a consultant. How you can do the consulting is that first thing is the DPR preparation. DPR is nothing but detailed project report. So okay, so anyone who is setting up a public charging station, bigger charging station, okay, so either to nodal agency or to the banks, you have to get the loans. For that one, you have to write up a detailed project report. Okay, so you should be a little bit of a familiar with that writing the detailed project report. I hope from colleges and all. Okay, so you will be getting some kind of an AICT funding and NBA funding approvals and all. For that one, you will be writing a project proposals and all. This is also a similar kind of a proposal you should be comfortable with. Okay, so that you can do it by sitting in the home, and even in the night times or in the free time, you can work out and you can do that one. Next thing is DISCOM licensing work. Okay, so approvals going to the nodal agency, going to the DISCOM people, paying the amount and asking them to come to visit the site and all the things. Okay, so a lot of companies may not be comfortable to do that one because they will be losing the manpower time and all. So they will also give the contract to you guys. You can be a consultant. You don't need to invest anything. Okay, right. So for that one, you should have a good amount of rapport with the DISCOM people and all. And next thing is that auditor or inspection. Okay, so when you talk about even our Telangana state also, DISCOM people have to do the audit and inspection once the system has been installed, but you know that they don't have that much of competency. So that's why they have been taking the third party agency people. Okay, so who are auditors, basically energy auditors and all the people, they have taken it up, safety auditors and energy auditors. Okay, so you can be that person if you have that kind of a certification. Okay, so and the final thing is that you can become an independent consultant. Okay, so you can get the orders and you can give it to the company and you can take your percentages and you can go over there. Okay, so right, so this is the kind of stuff whatever we have. Okay, so in the present market trend. Okay, so right guys, so I just wanted to conclude with me stuff. Okay, so whatever the things I have written it over there. If anybody wants any kind of an updates, they want to look into the electric vehicles and all, so these are the websites which are there: EV Reporter, Plug-in India, and Electrical Vehicles India. You can go to that website and you can see that. And if anybody wants to participate in tenders, and if you want to know a little bit of okay, so government activities, okay, so policy activities and all. go to this DHI, Department of Heavy Industries. For Telangana TS Redco, if you are from other state, you have to use your own nodal agency. Next thing is at eprocurement.gov.nse.in. So that is the website where you will be able to get this kind of stuff. Okay, right. So thank you guys, because I have been a little bit rushy because I have to finish it up by 3:30. It's almost 3:30. Okay, guys. So if you have any kind of a queries or anything, we'll just quickly take it up. And thank you guys. Thank you for your patience for listening to all this time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
To participants, if any queries,
Yeah, pardon.
participants, if any queries, please type the question.
So if any queries regarding this business opportunities, so we are welcome to raise that question. So I hope to no one raise that question.
Okay, then. So if there are no queries and all, then we can just conclude it, and I hope we can close this session, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
participants, if any queries, please kindly raise the question, because the one more expert is in line. So please, if anything is there. Okay. So okay, thank you for all. Sir Hari Krishna sir, please stay on 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
So thank you, Hari Krishna sir, for giving a wonderful presentation on this thing, because all the participants are giving a very good feedback about the thing. This was a eye-opener related to the financial aspect, started from the your Bharat AC charger, and you have been given detailed explanation regarding the your financial aspects and what is a break-even and return on investment. Everything has been narrated in good, beautiful manner, especially whom to contact, and everything has been given in your presentation. Definitely, all our audience who have been attending today will have got this kind of valuable input from your experience. So on behalf of NSIC Technical Service Center, I was very happy to be taking you as a resource person for our FDP. Definitely, it is only the thing. Practically, we want to understand what is the financial aspect, and everything has been very clearly narrated in your presentation. Thank you once again, Hari Krishna sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, and all the best, everyone. Okay, so have a good day and become the future entrepreneurs. So
Hari Krishna,
wishing
sir.
you all the best. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hari Krishna sir. So dear participants, actually we have been having the one more speaker is about to join. So feedback link will be posted once the session is completed from the expert from Tata Motors. So wait, he is about to join the thing. So once he joined, we will be completing the things. Then we can have the feedback link will be posted after the completion of the talk from the Tata Motors. So Krishnakant sir, are you there in the meeting, sir? Krishnakant sir. Sir Krishnakant sir. Sir, my voice is audible. Audience, can you confirm it, please?
Yes,
Audible, sir, audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for confirming. So thank you, sir. Give a couple of minutes. So the expert is going to join.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Actually, he is trying to join from his office. So sir, you are able to see the screen now, sir? The audience, you are able to see now, sir?
Yes, sir. Battery technology.
Okay. Actually, we received the presentation from the speaker. She was facing some issue in joining the thing. So in couple of minutes, you'll be joining, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience. You'll be joining another 2
Okay,
minutes.
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Krishnagan, sir, you are there in the meeting, sir? Krishnagan, sir? Krishnagan, sir? No. So good evening, audience. Actually, there was an issue in the joining. So he was about to trying to join. Give a couple of minutes, you'll be joining. Actually, one thing I want to make clarify to all the participants. Actually, we have been, as you know, that we have been taking the feedback, and apart from the thing, we have been recording the session. So we are trying to ensure that both the feedback as well as the attendance which has been coming from that Microsoft team will be taken as considered, will be taken into consideration for giving the attendance for the each participants. So most probably we have been doing the consultation work. So today evening or night, you'll be getting the attendance for day 1 to day 4. It will be updated in the WhatsApp group. Actually,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
we are ensuring that people should not get should have the maximum chance of getting the present. So we are working on it. So apart from that feedback, some people may not be having the option, will be not able to give the feedback also. We are checking with that attendance which has been coming from the Microsoft team, and we are giving the option, we are making them to present. So we are trying level best to make ensure that most of people should get attendance as per the LCD regulation. So by 8 o'clock you may get anything. Before end of the day you may get the attendance for first 4 days. And
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
examination also we are making very simple only. So what are the things that has been discussed in the classroom will be conducted. So we are planning for almost only 30 questions, sir. Only 30 questions we are planning. So there will be a small mandatory thing which will be happening by afternoon by 2:30 will start until, and 2:30 to 2:30 to 3 will be having the validatory. Then after validatory we can go for the exam.
Okay,
For
sir.
30 questions, what is the time limit, sir?
I think 30 questions we can keep it almost 1 to 1.5 hours. We can keep it. 1 hour is enough.
Okay, thank you.
We are not very stringent on exam. Only basic question we have been prepared.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow at the validatory, our GM may interact with you. So if he's interacting, kindly give your valuable feedback. So that will be giving a lot of encouragement for us to proceed further, to fine tune us in further coming meetings or further coming seminars. Krishnan sir, are you there in the meeting, sir? There was a question from the audience. Are you having training? Are you having any training? Are you having training program for students and freshers? Yes, we are having, sir. Aparajit Pandey, sir. Actually, NSCC is a skill-only training institute. So we are basically having customized training program, so where people can able to get employment after the end of the training. So we are giving this kind of customized training program for the freshers, sir.
You're heading that committee. Correct. सभी कमिटी में प्रिंसिपल हेड करना पड़ेगा ना उनका क्या व्हेन इट्स कम्स टू रायपुर इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी प्रिंसिपल नाम नहीं है।
हाँ
प्रिंसिपल पीरियड को पता है कहाँ से प्रिंसिपल आ गया। अब लॉजिक वाइस प्रिंसिपल मेंशन है। प्रिंसिपल कहाँ रहते हैं? एक्चुअली प्रिंसिपल है लेकिन उसको आना चाहिए। Replace Dr. D को पाते हैं Dr.
Audience
Sanjeev
kindly
Srivastava।
audience we are getting disturbance, sir.
उसको आप back credit करता है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
Sir, actually what happening is you can I'll keep the phone. You can generally say about battery technology. So I'll make the PPT one by one. Okay, ma'am?
Almost slides are almost close to me.
Okay, ma'am? No? Ah, that's better, no? Now shall I keep the phone like this? Why to take risk? Okay, ma'am? Shall I say about yourself? I'll introduce, then you can go to you. So, dear audience, actually, the faculty has been joined through the phone, so he's unable to join through the mobile. Unable to join through the Microsoft Teams. It was in phone, so I'll be playing the presentation. You can able to share some important points pertaining to this thing. Krishnangan sir, are you audible to me?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, sir.
Hello. Yes. Hi, participants. Hi, sirs, and dear ma'am. Sorry for delay, and because of my mobile issue, I couldn't learn, and I was stuck in resort, so there is no network. Thank you to Muthu sir for accepting this request. So today, regarding this battery technology.
Sir, just a minute, sir. Just. So, audience, can you able to hear the voice?
Yes, sir, but it is not that clear.
Okay, give 2 minutes, sir. Give 2 minutes, sir. So now you can speak, sir. Krishnakant, sir.
Yes, sir. Hi. Hi, everyone. Myself Krishnakant.
So now our voice is audible, sir. Wait, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, extremely sorry for this thing. Actually, I didn't expect this, but I'm very sorry for this. We'll start with the first slide. I guess battery technology. So today we'll focus on the lithium-ion battery technology, how it is, why it is, how it is made of, and what material we are using, what is the chemistry in the battery, what are the safety parameters which required for the battery pack. So generally we are aware like all the batteries are like there are two kind of battery packs. One generally what we see in the normal household, that is normal batteries which are alkaline batteries with AA batteries or AAA batteries. We do is lithium batteries. But coming to the higher segment of battery packs, we have the different chemistry of the battery pack, like lithium-ion battery pack, lithium-nickel battery packs, lead-acid battery packs. Based on the usage and the user requirement, battery packs are designed in such a way it can be used efficient. So there are two kind of battery packs. This is the second slide.
Yes, sir. Second slide is there, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah. So we'll focus on content battery type, technology, design and calculation of battery pack, how the battery pack is calculated, chemistry, safety parameters, and the recycle parameters, what are in terms of battery. Next slide will go.
Next slide. So audience, just a minute, sir. Krishnakant, sir. Audience, you are able to get his voice, sir?
Yes,
Audience,
sir. Yes,
can you
sir.
able to get his voice, sir?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Krishnakant, sir, you can go ahead, sir. No issues.
Yes. So we all know that battery is an energy storage device. So first, so it has a mixture of chemical reactions and technology. So generally, a simple battery is called made of the cathode, anode, and a separator. Roman logic for the battery. Either you take lithium-ion battery, either you take lead-acid battery, or you take a primary battery. Any battery. Any battery is like common phenomenon, common manufacturing with a common logic is like it has three component, major component: anode, cathode, and the separator. So anode is a negative carbon, negative role, and the cathode is a positive one. And these two are separated with a separator which can be of glass made or which can be of different plastic made based on the usage, based on the requirement of the battery pack technology. So anode is always a negative electrode, cathode is a positive electrode, and electrolyte. Electrode is a medium which acts as a reaction, and it transfers the electron from cathode and cathode to anode based on in terms of charging and discharge. We go to next slide.
Yes, we are.
Coming to batteries, there are two types. Generally, we have two types of batteries. One is called as primary batteries, and second is the secondary batteries. So, primary batteries are not rechargeable, and secondary batteries are rechargeable. This is common. So, always primary battery is just like our mobile, watch cells and the different type of cell what we use in household are primary cells which cannot be recharged, and secondary cells are always can be recharged, and they are disposed to overcharging and discharging n number of times based on the usage. Next slide. Is it like cell types, the type of lithium cells, right? What's sir?
No, sir. Actually, it is batteries connected in parallel series field, sir.
Okay, fine. So these batteries, we'll see the small calculation. I guess you are seeing the small pictures, 6 volt 10 amperes and 6 volt 10 amperes.
Yes.
So we all know that batteries are connected in series and batteries are connected in parallel. So we have to calculate based on the voltage and the ampere hour. So generally in electric vehicle battery pack, the cells are connected in such a way that parallel and series both. And normally we see in other areas like batteries are connected in parallel or batteries are connected in series. In inverter we connected in the battery in parallel or inverter we connected in series. But in coming to the electric vehicle, cells of battery packs are connected in parallel and series both, so that we have the advantage of voltage. Also we have the advantage of the ampere hour. So total battery pack voltage is like determined based on number of cells. Also the parallel number of cells in the ampere in the sense of parallel. Next slide.
Yes, sir. Types of lithium cells, sir.
Types of lithium cells.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There are different types of lithium cells actually.
Cylindrical, prismatic.
Okay, you are saying this type of sizes. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
there are. I'm sorry, I couldn't see in my mobile actually. I'm just recollecting what I'm doing. So
Yes, no.
there are different types of lithium cells. One is like a hard case and the pouch. Generally, we see the hard case in our household and watches, and pouch kind of things in the inverter batteries or automobile batteries, and also lithium batteries or EV batteries. So hard case is only when the cells are having the form factor. Based on the form factor, the hard case is designed. For example, if I take the type of lithium cell in Tesla and also comparing with the BYD. So if you take the two OEM manufacturings, they use different kind of lithium cells for their individual usage. For example, if they are using for the car or four-wheeler, they go for the hard case. If they are using for the heavy commercial vehicle buses, they go for the hard case or pouch. So there are different kinds. There also we also call it as gate batteries, or also we have the cell batteries. So hard case or pouch generally we call as a gate batteries, and hard case as a cell battery. So basing on the energy density required as per the mass of the vehicle and energy power consumption of the vehicle, the range required, and the manufacturing, the safety standards, everything taken into consideration before selecting the cell for individual usage of the device or the vehicle. Next slide, which is
yes, lithium cell manufacturing process.
So lithium cell manufacturing. So as you know that normal lead acid batteries are locally manufactured or using any other recycling of old batteries. But coming to lithium cell, this is a big process actually. Taking up the lithium active cell material from the earth crust and taking into the funnel level of the battery pack. So it has a series of the operation process, and starting from the preparation of slurry like active material. We need to collect the active material from the different component, different locations, and the active material is only available in most abundantly in China, also in Germany. So that for Indian geographical conditions, we doesn't have the less limitations of lithium active material. So we depend on the China and the Germany. So this slurry is active material which required next, followed with the dry coating material, and the casting process. casting process is the electrode slurry is completed.
Krishnakant sir.
Design shape.
Yes sir, proceed sir. Yes sir, you can proceed.
Design shape, and they are connected together. Next point actually, cell
Next
assembly.
So there was a link of showing a battery manufacturing process.
Oh, I can't project now. You have to project it. It has a video. If you can project, that is well and good, because it has complete information on that. How the battery pack is, battery cell is manufactured with starting from coating, drying, slurry preparation, cutting of electrolytes, assembling, and also preparation of slurry. Everything is mentioned. If you can project, that is well and good. Or else just share this presentation with everyone. They can easily go through this material.
Okay sir, I will share the thing sir, so they can able to see.
These links are always mentioned. You can easily directly go to the link and see the exact preparation of the thing cells.
Okay sir.
And electrolyte is only based on the type of requirement. If there are different kinds of gel electrolyte or liquid electrolyte, or else directly there are solid electrolyte. Based on history, completely the type of manufacturing cell is completely different. Next slide.
Next slide sir.
Is it having the battery pack photo and the calculation of?
Yes sir.
Yeah. So first thing is, like, for example, I'm taking one battery pack. So there will be different modules actually. So for example, I'm taking one battery pack example of Nexon EV. So this Nexon EV is made of 3 different modules. So 3 different modules of Type A, Type B, and Type C. So based on the design of the vehicle, battery pack is designed and placed under body of the vehicle. The same way, based on the space availability, availability of the vehicle, or the weight, mass, and the gravitational pull of the vehicle, central gravity of the vehicle, the battery pack is designed, and cells are arranged in such a way that the weight of the battery pack is always carried forward with all complete chassis. So, maybe having the 3 type of modules: A type, B type, and C type. So there are different cells actually. Some 7 modules to 4 modules, 3 modules at A type, B type, C type. So the weight of each type is different, each module is different, and each cell is different. The size of the cell. So each cell having a different, each cell having different.
Krishnakant sir. Able to hear the voice? You are able to hear?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Your voice is okay, sir, but sir voice is not audible.
No, now I am connecting, sir. Sir, you can speak, sir. Continue, sir. Krishnakant, sir, you can continue, sir.
Yes. So in this one, we have to calculate the battery pack, the unit, the energy density of the battery pack, kilowatt hour of the battery pack, distance to empty battery pack, and average watt hour of the battery pack. So for example, for any electric vehicle, the range is important. The range is defined based on the kilowatt hour of the battery pack and the motor absorption. Motor energy taken from the battery, along with the regeneration capability of the battery pack and the motor to the battery pack. So it all depends on the voltage of the battery pack, kilowatt of the battery pack. So generally how we calculate the battery pack is like in kilowatt hours. In kilowatt hours, we have the pack voltage, how many voltage, how many cells are there, how many ampere hours of battery is here. Based on that pack voltage into ampere hour of the each battery by 1000 watts, that is equal to the kilowatt hour. And 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 unit consumption, that is constant for anything. So for example, if you are having a 30 kilowatts of battery, your energy consumption will be 30 units only. And always 10% of the battery at capacity is keep on reserve basis for the heavy balancing and bottom balancing or top balancing. So generally we have the battery balancing video is there. I mean, there is one link in there. Muthu sir, there is one link.
Yes, sir.
To the party, so that they can see how the battery pack is balanced. There is, I mean, I'm just explaining the battery pack balance. For example, I'm taking an individual cell voltage, which is having a 3.6 voltage. Individual cell is having 3.6. So collectively, I'm calling almost for a battery pack. So my battery pack has to be balanced properly so that the battery is giving an optimum performance at the maximum level, even at the minimum level. So battery balancing has to be mandated so that the battery performance, life of the battery will keep on increasing, and also efficiency of the battery will be constant. Second thing, the degradation of the battery has to be maintained. So degradation is based on the battery balancing, and the battery pack can fail because of battery balancing issue. So there are two cases like what we have is like top balancing and the bottom balancing. Top balancing, nothing but whenever we charge the battery, we have to charge the battery up to 100%. That is mandate. Or else we are doing a short charging like around from 80% to 90% or 30% to 45%. If we do regularly of this short charging, what happened is like there is no top balancing happening. Or else if we are going below the threshold limit of the battery pack like 0% or 1%, so what happens, the battery pack balance of the battery pack will come. So what we recommend from all the OEMs is like the battery pack has to be charged fully to 100% if the battery pack is drained to the lowest SOC. And the customer user can charge the battery at any number of points or n number of ways what we can have, the fast charging or slow charging or whatever the possible way. And the short charging also applicable. But if the vehicle or the battery pack has discharged to the lowest SOC level, state of charge level, the battery pack has to be charged fully to the optimum level, so the battery balancing has to be done. If the battery balancing is not done, there might be a cell voltage difference. And cell voltage is like each cell having 3.6 and other cells are having 3.5, 3.6, 3.44. It should not be a bad. So it should have 3.6 on all the cells. 3.6 is nothing but 3.66. Same cells, same voltage has to be carried forward with all the cells. So top balancing is important, bottom balancing is important. There is a small video, it can explain the complete detail on that. We can go through. Put this on next slide, what we have.
Yes, sir. The next slide, Balaji. Types of lithium-ion battery chemistry. Krishnakant, sir.
Types of lithium-ion battery. Okay. So, is it having the pictures like green color, red color?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can, I guess everyone can see this small comparison sheet of the small cells. So there are lithium-ion LiFePO4, different type of lithium cells actually. Lithium cobalt oxide, we have one is called as LCO. We have the lithium titanate, we have LTO, and we have nickel cadmium, that is in Tesla. We have lead acid. So you can see different colors actually. I couldn't see that, but whatever which are in green color are like maximum capability, which are having the red color are lowest capability.
Okay, we can go for next slide. Next slide, Bharat. We go for next slide, sir. Next slide is having the battery pack and module explained, sir. Videos are there.
Videos, okay, you can share the videos with the.
No, I'll be sharing the videos. I'll be sharing the videos. Next slide, Balaji. Battery components, sir. Battery components.
I guess there is a picture in the photograph of battery pack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. There is a picture actually. This picture is an open, cut open of the battery pack of Nexon EV. So there are different type of cells. You can see some small gray color thing. green color and the
Yes, sir.
orange color.
Yes, we-
Orange color is a bus bar. So I'll go with some point. Okay, one by one. So first we have the low voltage connectors. So each individual cell is connected with the low voltage system, and we have the insulation system on the bottom of the battery pack, and we have the breather plug. Can you go to the next slide? We can easily see.
Yes, sir.
Next slide, I can easily tell.
Actually, here is they can able to identify the cells has been clamped each other. They can see.
Okay.
Wait a
I
minute.
guess now you have the picture of
Yes, yes, sir.
yeah.
HV battery pack connection, sir.
Right. So in the middle we have the small orange one that is called main service disconnect. So whenever main service disconnect is a component or a connector which can disconnect the battery completely. So whenever the user is not using the vehicle or else when the work is working on the battery pack, the main service disconnect has to be disconnected and it has to be removed from the battery pack so that everything will work. And we can see the small coolant inlet and outlet on other sides. Battery pack is cooled battery pack. And there is everything comes from the battery pack. When we have the positive and negative high voltage orange lines.
Shall we go for next slide, sir?
Next slide, which
Battery cooling system. Battery cooling systems.
Okay. There is a small schematic diagram, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in schematic, you can see battery pack is a cooled battery pack. Even if we go for any other high voltage battery pack, based on the battery pack voltage and based on the design, so battery packs are having a cooling system. So this cooling system is common cooling system with the vehicle along with the battery pack. So there is a combined system. The same cabin blower is being used to rerouted to the battery pack cooling system so that the battery pack can be cooled. You can see the schematic.
Yes, sir. Battery cooling system is there. We are able to see.
Yeah. So is there a schematic? I couldn't explain to.
The participants, you are able. Just a minute, sir. Participants, are you able to see, sir, the slides? So participants, can you confirm?
Yes, yes.
Audio. What about audio?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Audio. What about audio?
Visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Krishnakanth, sir, you can proceed, sir.
So I couldn't explain to because I don't. I'm just remembering the sheet actually.
No issue. No issue. We are able to
Sorry
see, sir.
for this.
Finally, we'll be sharing the things, sir. Nothing to worry.
If anything is there, I'll just record and send again a sheet. Okay.
No issue.
I'll
No
send
issue.
the sheet. Okay. Yeah. Next slide. What we. Telematics or traction battery system.
Actually, after battery cooling system, traction is there, sir.
It is traction battery, right?
Traction
So
battery
I've
is
just taken a small example of Nexon EV in this slide actually. So we have just provided the details like how we are procuring from where we are, what is the density of the battery pack. So Nexon EV battery pack is a 30.2 kilowatt of battery. Okay, out of 30.2 kilowatt battery, 10% of the battery pack is reserve battery pack. So customer cannot use this 10% of the battery pack because of batteries bottom balancing thing. We have kept a reserve 10% of reserve capacity. I think everyone is aware of like battery. There is a concern like battery can burst or battery can go off or battery can get punctured or any abnormal thing in the battery. So this is the reason why we have kept a 10% of battery pack. So maintain the certain level of the battery pack available. And this battery pack is having a 94.2 capacity per hour of energy battery, and the voltage is like 320 voltage. This battery pack is having a nominal voltage of 320 voltage and
end of discharge voltage is 280, sir. 280.
Thank you. Yeah. At 100% of charging, the battery pack voltage will be 320. At the 1% or 0% of the voltage, at 0% of charging, the battery voltage of 280 voltage. And the battery pack is a cooled battery pack. And cooling type is like a glycol. Normal coolant water is used, what we use in normal IC vehicle. The same coolant is being used, but additionally we are providing AC to the cooling, the battery pack. And this battery pack is maintained. Our temperature was set in at 35 degrees. So optimum temperature of this battery pack is 35 degrees and ambient temperatures. If the ambient temperature is increasing beyond 35 degrees, there is a there is an activator in the battery pack and it activates the cooling system to the battery pack so that battery pack can be cooled. And we are procuring this battery pack from the Tata Auto Components, which is based on Pune, and we are importing lithium from the China, a Koshan battery. Lithium has to be imported, and we are assembling in the local manufacturing facility, which is in Pune, by Tata Auto Components.
Okay. Next slide. Next slide. Battery balancing and telematics.
Battery balancing telematics. There will be a picture which is having a CAN connections and how we are connecting with the battery telematics. So I'll skip this one. I'll just tell you at the end of the day, end of the slides. Let's go for the next slides. Any safety thing, safety.
BMS, sir. BMS is there. Battery management system.
Okay. Battery management system. I'll tell you. So battery management system is having it is called as a brain of the battery, and this battery management system is called the master of the battery along with the vehicle. So this is one of the most costliest component of the battery pack, and it operates and it masters and it controls the complete battery pack. It can be temperature, it can be a cooling system, it can be a charging system, it can be a like balancing system. Anything you take over battery pack, the battery management system is a main component, and we have the two components. We have the two slave component system, which control the voltage, which control the release and the fuses, whatever the components which are available in the battery pack. So the main battery pack, the main role of BMS in the system is to avoid overcharging, to avoid undercharge. And if the vehicle is in off condition, it has to cut off. If the vehicle is on condition, it should not cut off while in the running condition. And it has to maintain the certain voltage, all cells together at certain optimal level, and the discharge has to be in a balanced way, and charging has to be in a balanced way. So everything related to the battery pack is based on the battery management system. If any abnormality is there, if the system is like going default over the default levels, so this battery management will trigger the like error code or any fault system in the system, and it will go to the and the battery pack will be getting into the off condition. And the battery pack BMS system will always maintain the sensors, and it always communicate with the ECU of the vehicle and keep on communicating with every millisecond. So if the battery is having a BMS system, it is called as like intelligent battery management system, IBMS. And battery management system will also control the charging, fast charging or slow charging. How much time it requires charging? Slow charging, it might require 5 to 6 hours of time. In fast charging, it might require around 1 hour of time. So what is the amperage is getting input amperage? What is the output amperage? It should control the voltage input and output both sides, and it also should maintain the temperatures within the battery pack installations. And there should not be any vacuum in the battery pack. All these things have been managed by battery management system. And state of charge and state of health of the battery pack is also part of battery management system. Health of the battery pack complete. And battery pack management system keep a record of every minute what we are doing with the battery pack. Whether we are charging, either we are driving, or we are discharging, or we are using only air conditioning, or anything is about the battery pack. Everything will be recorded. How many cycles we have done for the battery pack? What is the life of the battery pack? Around 2000 cycles, what we call for the consumer 2000 to 2500 or 3000 cycles. So if we are doing more number of fast charging, what happens is like the cells will get deteriorate very fastly, and the life of the battery pack will come down. So next slide we have.
Next slide. Video is there, sir. Battery balancing video is there.
Yeah, you can predict it.
Okay, sir. I'll share this complete presentation to the audience.
You can see it. That's all.
Battery telematics.
Yeah, telematics. Nowadays, like we are seeing like connected cars. So every car is getting like every OEM. Driving at what speed they are driving. The similar way, we got the battery management system telematics. So this telematics will connect with the battery management system, and will take the input of the battery management system from regarding temperature of the battery pack, voltage of the individual cell, voltage of the module, how this cooling system is happening, what is the how many number of cycles we have done, everything regarding battery pack, and it records for about complete around life cycle from the manufacturing to the end of the battery. Battery management system will keep a record. Also, we can do some troubleshooting using the telematics. Or we can see generally we have the diagnostic codes. This regarding one individual cell or anything. So we can remotely also do, or we can remotely clear this diagnostic codes, whatever the error codes are being triggered by the battery management system. In case we are doing more fast charging, obviously cell voltage will come down. So we can easily try to override the things, and we can easily manage the battery management system manually or by remote. So this is possible by only telematics, and this is the only boom technology what we are expecting for the next coming future. Next slide. What?
Battery safety, sir.
Safety. You can have the rating here. IP rating.
Yes, IP rating chart is there.
Yeah, IP. So generally for any OEM in India, AR has given certification that battery pack has to is highest of anything in the current scenario of Indian market, and it has been adaptable for the Indian environment, pan India environment, ambient condition, whatever it is there. So lithium iron ferrous oxide, like LFP pure batteries, which are like safest batteries of any
Krishnakant, sir. Krishnakant, sir. Krishnakant, sir.
batteries are next on you, right? Next on you, cost.
So your voice is not getting, sir. Krishnakant, sir, your voice is not getting, sir.
If I take Tesla battery and Indian Nexon EV battery, so
Krishnakant, sir. Krishnakant, sir, you are not audible, sir. Little bit louder, sir. Now it is okay. Continue, sir.
Yeah. So our Nexon batteries are more reliable than any other batteries because this is IP67 certified, and lithium ion ferrous oxide batteries are most safest batteries available on the global market. So if I see there are different type of tests, different tests are there for the calculating the IP67 rating. So for example, there is two rating stats on the sheet. One is on the liquid side. Liquid side, it is like 8 IP67. 8 is the maximum. 7 is minimum. So on the solid side, it is having around 6.
6.
Obtained in Indian ARI certification, they should having IP67. If you take MG or MG ZS or Kona or Mahindra E2 or anything, it should be IP67 certified. Conditions. So for that, what we say is IP67 is having a certain limitations also. So the maximum submersion capacity of the in water is around 1 meter for about 30 to 40 minutes only.
Krishnakant, sir. Krishnakant, sir.
Or as waters, it just or in any filtration, whatever the test what we have done, we are completely mentioned. So IP67 is the highest rating in Indian market along with the global market. So there is one video which is having the same, which is showing the different type of test what we do in the IP67 rating. Like we have the puncture test, we have the fire test, we have the accident test also. So everything has to be passed and for getting the rating of IP67.
Shall we move to next slide, sir?
Yeah, next slide. There is one link, I guess. Next slide, there is one link in next slide.
Yes, video is there. Lithium battery test video is there.
Got it. Okay.
Next one, sir. Lithium ion battery manufacturing asset map is there.
It is having the more number of lithium reserves are only in China.
Okay, next step.
So then just this is a small graphical representation of it. Next slide.
Next slide. Battery manufacturer.
There are different manufacturers of batteries. Currently, the maximum manufacturing is like CALB. CALB like China Aviation Lithium Battery, which is maximum manufactured for lithium and electric vehicle batteries, followed with CATL, Panasonic, Toshiba, and nowadays Tesla also starting to trying to manufacture the lithium own cells. So the maximum and the highest number of vehicles retailed or vehicles sold or supplied to battery packs is like CALB, China Aviation Lithium and batteries. This supplies along with the additional on it. Next slide.
Recycle of lithium-ion battery. Recycle of lithium-ion battery cells and packs.
So we know that EVs can sustain life up to 15 to 20 years of time. But what happened after this time? So generally for petrol, diesel, we can restore the engines or we can recycle the aluminum or metal, whatever we have. But in terms of electric vehicle, we can restore the lead acid battery, but we can't restore the lithium-ion cells. So what we have to do is we have to do the proper recycling things so that it should not hamper the environment. Also should be the controlling with the pollution board. So whatever the lithium has to be extracted with the different organic things, whatever the processes we have in current technology. So in India we doesn't have this recycling process, but very soon government is imposing trying to start this recycling option for the electric vehicles, because it's been hardly around 5 to 10 years of time we have the electric vehicles in Indian market, but maybe after 5 years of time we have the many manufacturers which can be start the process of recycling the electric vehicle batteries, and they can buy back the batteries and provide you a new battery pack so that the vehicle get the maximum range. So you can see the schematic on that, like how the battery pack has been recycled. We have to remove active lithium from the battery pack and has to be replaced in the new battery pack.
Next slide. Next slide.
Which is
last slide. I think it is a process side. It seems to be like the mining, refining, cathode.
Yeah, how the battery pack has been how we are taking material from this you can go through.
I think we have come to the end of the presentation, sir. Now we can take
out of the box. I'm telling you regarding battery pack. This is what I'm having experience. Okay. So,
okay. Okay, so go ahead, sir.
So battery packs are different. For example, I'm taking one battery pack of Nexon, okay, which is having some certain amount of kilowatt of energy, and it is having a whatever average whatever. So every battery pack, generally customer users or the expectation of the user is like they should get the maximum range in certain lowest of the price. So battery packs are costing, for example, 1 kilowatt of energy is going up to around 50,000 rupees. So by the time around next 2 years, we can expect about battery pack 1 kilowatt of energy around 10,000 rupees or 20,000 because of local manufacturing. Along with that, there may be different myths in the market, like repeat using of battery pack or recycling of battery pack and charging of battery pack. What we do if we go for more number of fast charging in the of the vehicle, if we do more number of slow charging. So, for example, the recommended process are like we have to do slow charging at least once in a week, fast charging a number of times. If we do more number of fast charging, the degradation of the battery pack is more, and the range will drop very abruptly. If we do slow charging, what happens is like the battery balancing will be done very on an optimum level. Each cell is properly balanced at top level and the bottom level, and the battery pack will get regenerated. And at least once in a month, the battery, whenever the user drives the car or the vehicle, it has to get to the lowest SOC and have to charge up to the 100% so that the complete battery pack will get regenerated. So this is the process of maintaining the battery pack. Along with that, we should use the proper cooling system. If the cooling system is not proper, what happens is like the battery temperature will keep on increasing. Along with that, the usage of the battery voltage, unnecessary things will come up like cooling of the battery pack, heater system, or contactor will get engaged. Many things will come into picture when the cooling system is not working. So one good reason about the ambient temperature is like the same vehicle having a range of For example, I'm taking one vehicle, any two-wheeler of an example of Nexon only. So for Nexon EV, on a practical range, ARS certified is 312. On practical range, on road is a 250 to 60 kilometers per full charge. The same vehicle will deliver 150 kilometers in Tar Desert, and again 300 kilometers in certain different locations. It is also based on ambient temperature. If the ambient temperatures are crossing their battery pack temperatures, AC will turn on automatically and the energy will consume to the battery pack. And if the ambient temperature is even lower also, heater will turn on to the battery pack and also energy will be consumed. So ambient temperature has to be properly maintained. And there is one myth, like every customer thinks that EVs will give range on a full platform even in the days or in the night time. EVs will give maximum range in the evening hours because temperatures are optimum level even below 35 degrees. And if it is hot sun, in the hot summer, the EV's range will come down by around 10% of the range. So we have to think on the battery pack side also, because we have to maintain battery pack since it is the highest costing equipment of the complete vehicle. 60% of the vehicle cost will be based on battery pack only. Rest all things are a common thing on platform. Anything else on this? I'm extremely sorry because I couldn't see my PPT and I couldn't project. I'm just going blindly. And maybe I'll record a small PPT and I'll share the links also.
Sir, thank you. So actually, there were some questions in the chat box. Audience has been asking.
Please.
So my thing is, any doubts? Because some last 2-3 sessions, people have been asking some questions pertaining to battery management. So if anyone can have any queries, you can unmute your mic and you can directly raise your question to the subject expert, please. Audience, if you're having any doubt, let me understand. Audience?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, ma'am. Please.
Sir, any latest batteries are used apart from lithium ion, sir? Especially, any differentiation is there for 2-wheeler and 4-wheeler batteries, sir?
Yes, there is a lot of difference between 2-wheeler and 4-wheeler batteries. Because in 2-wheeler batteries, what we generally pay for the cost, it only based on the costing actually. If the customer can invest about good money, they can go for lithium, because on lithium, the life of the lithium cells are more than lithium lead acid batteries. For example, taking one old model of Mahindra, Mahindra Reva, it is having lead acid battery, and the T2O is having a lithium ion battery. So range is always depend on the type of the battery pack. Along with that, the type of chemistry what we are using in the battery. If the lead acid battery is there, customer can go less number of range, but the number of cycles can be more. Number of cycles can be more lead acid battery. But coming to lithium, the range is more in one single charge, and the cycles will be around optimal level. For lithium ion, it is around 2000 to 3000 cycles, one single complete life cycle. For lithium cadmium, it is around 2500 to 3500. For lithium nickel, it is around 3500 to 4000. But it is dangerous. This battery chemistry is based on the usage and the device.
फीडबैक लिंक आ रहा है बस 1 मिनट में यार, है ना? एक्चुअली हमारे तो क्या है कि फीडबैक लिंक नहीं भरते हो ना, तब तक अटेंडेंस काउंट नहीं करते हैं.
Sorry?
Oh, no problem. Actually, there some audience has been unmuted the mic. You can continue, sir, please.
Fine. So, based on the usage and the customer requirement. But if the application is for solar applications, yes, lead acid is recommended, or lithium also recommended. If it is for 2-wheeler or 3-wheeler, it is only lithium, because lead acid will prone to heat, and also it has to be charged very frequently. If the battery got shell, or if there is shredding in the battery pack, or else corrosion in the battery pack, then there is a problem in the battery, and it can be fatal actually. So lead acid, comparing with lead acid and lithium cells are most reliable and safest battery. Comparing with any other. Lithium ion cells, there are two different lithium ion, lead acid, iron ferrous oxide LiSO4, and another one, lithium nickel or lithium cadmium. So comparing lithium only, LiSO4 are more reliable than any lithium cadmium or nickel. So Indian government is only insisting on LiSO4, not on lithium nickel or other things. Based on the design of the battery pack, still also the range keeps on increasing, or the usage keeps on increasing, or the space application, like where we are placing this battery pack. If we are placing this battery pack in the behind the vehicle, always there is a push of the vehicle. If the battery pack is placed in the center of the battery pack, it is a pull. So the range will be more if you are placing in center of placing the battery pack at certain center of gravitational place, center of gravity. As lower as the center of gravity, the range will be more.
I think, madam, one
Battery pack also can mass. Battery pack is also one important factor.
Thank you, madam. I think you got the anything got answer, madam? Any more questions?
Sir, one more question from chat box, sir. Dusher Patel. It is a sin sometimes that though the battery is fully charged, still after driving few kilometers, the BMS is cut off the output.
Can you please repeat? It is.
Sir, it is seen sometimes that though the battery is fully charged, still after driving few kilometers, BMS cut off the output.
It means the battery is fully charged, and after driving, sometime BMS is not cutting off, right?
BMS is cutting off.
BMS is cutting off.
Yes.
Even after driving, after driving fully, even
Actually, what happened? We have charged the vehicle, and suppose 300 kilometer is the range.
Voltage has to be properly balanced. If there is a difference in the cell voltage, having 3.6, other cell is having 3.8, 3.5, so there is a different voltage. So there is no proper balancing. So what happened is like to maintain the safety of the battery pack and to maintain the efficiency of the battery pack, BMS will turn off the system completely. So this is the purpose of BMS actually. It is controlling the complete battery pack and the health of the battery pack. So BMS will act as a monitoring system.
Can you unmute your mic, sir, please, sir? Wait, sir. Also wait. Sir, Tushar Patel, sir, actually, can a Bitute warrior, can you animate your mic?
Yes.
No, Tushar Patel, sir. Right now, you can post your question, sir. You can unmute your mic and you can ask, sir. Tushar Patel, sir.
Yes, sir. Actually, my question was that answer is given by sir.
Yes, sir.
That when the difference between all cells, though we have suppose BMS is monitoring all the series of the cells, whatever we have connected parallelly, or maybe for two-wheeler mostly 16S battery cell is there. For four-wheeler it might more, but though it is very well controlled, still the battery voltages are going to vary. So is it the cell manufacturing defect or BMS defect?
It is cell manufacturing defect because it is a software thing. So BMS will have a software thing which is defined by logics. It is predefined logic actually. BMS is predefined. We have given a logic to BMS that if there is any fault in the complete system, you shut down, because battery pack is a costless equipment. One single cell, if you want to replace one single cell, you have to open the complete battery pack, do some repair work, and I have to close the battery pack without vacuum. So to cut off all those things, cut off all the costing for the repairment of the battery pack, BMS will shut down. If the battery pack voltage is different or cell voltage is different, what happens is like the overcharging will happen. Because always, for example,
Krishnagan, sir?
So AB is having 3.5, B is having 3.4, and C is having 3.6. So my optimum is 3.6. I kept full charging. Okay, I kept my vehicle full charging. So 3 cells will keep on charging. So there is a one defective cell of B. Okay, 3.4. It is not charging. Other cell is charged 3.6. Other cell is charging 3.6. Completely full cycle is done. So it is showing 95%, 99%, 99%. But it will not show 100% because there is a single voltage difference. 3.5, 3.4 is not coming, is not picking up. So there is a fault in this. So if you keep on charging, what happens is like all the cells are completely charged, and this one cell is trying to charge, and there might be a case or there might be a charge, this cell can explode because of overcharging. It is trying to get charged, but it is not unable to charge because of cell faulty or any other thing or low voltage system. To maintain that optimum parameters given by the logic or the BMS will shut off. That is output shutdown. That is the contactor will disengage from the complete system and safety of the battery pack is maintained. But this is only possible when we have the intelligent battery management, not like only BMS. Intelligent battery pack is having two slave and one master. All put together because intelligent. Because one slave master will calibrate the voltage, one slave will calibrate the temperature sensor. So the coolant should pass from each individual cell, collect the temperatures, and the temperature of the cell is higher than what we threshold limit. It cools, again passes through. So it is complete regular process and complete rotation process. So it is based on the cell voltage. Output thing, the major component of the field of the battery pack is cell voltage, because there can be a chances of puncture in the separator, or else there is a leakage of electrons from the separator, or else leakage of active material from the separator, or else this cell is not unable to take the voltage because of the active material, or else because of corrosion, or else because of shredding, because the active material will not stick to the material, whatever the anode or cathode. So this is only because of cell voltage. I guess you might be hearing about the electric vehicle burnt in South Korea or Kona has been happened because of this thing, cell voltage is not happening, and they have not maintained the reserve capacity. Reserve capacity is must for any battery pack. For example, if you do up to 0% of any other car, or for example, if I take IC vehicle, petrol diesel vehicle, okay, if you drive the car up to 0 petrol, what happens? It will stop, and we have to pull to the workshop. We have to do some lot of things, and we have to again refill. So to avoid all those things, what we do is we maintain the reserve capacity in the normal petrol diesel vehicle. The same way, we have to maintain 10% reserve capacity in the battery pack, so that it will be having a bottom balancing, and while charging, it will maintain the top balance. So battery balancing will be done properly, and charging will happen properly, and the efficiency of the battery pack will be higher, and the degradation will be lower. So most of the cases, what we do is customer will drive up to 1% or 0%. Many cases are there, or else maybe up to 30%, but they will not charge to 100% at some time. They only do short charge from 30% to 40%, and they drive the car. From 40% to 50%, they drive the car. So what happened is in terms of a short charging, the cell will not be properly balanced. Charging for more number of times, 15 times, 20 times, what happened is the cell is not balancing. Not top balancing or bottom balancing. It is not properly happening. So there will be always cell voltage different. One cell will be having 3.5, 3.2. Other cell is having 3.1, 3.11. One is having 3.115 or whatever. So if we do 100% charging after any discharge, it will be balanced, and there will be no cell voltage difference in the coming future. If it is short charging or fast charging more number of times, so it will be a cell voltage difference. Because of temperature issues, many parameters are affecting this.
Sir, thank you, sir.
So there was a question from the chat box also. Balaji, can read the question, please.
Sir, how to select the electrolyte for particular battery? How to select electrolyte for particular battery?
Yeah. For example, requirement actually. For example, if you are using the battery for taking example of inverter battery, automobile battery, and electric vehicle battery. Okay. For inverter battery, we can talk of, right? So it can be a not a non-moving battery, and it can be monitored. So what we do is, to cut the cost of the battery, we use a lead acid battery. H2SO4 solution. Okay. And for automobile battery, we use a gel type of battery because it is a moving part, and the electrolyte can spill. If it is a liquid electrolyte, it can spill off. For that, what we recommend is we use a gel type of battery pack. It is not sealed battery pack. Okay. Coming to lithium cells, it is completely different. Coming to electric vehicle, lithium is completely different because active material lithium is a gel type. It is not a liquid type, and this is a battery pack having a higher voltage. For example, if you are using low voltage of battery pack, then it is lead acid battery is also okay. Liquid type of electrolyte is also okay, or else gel type of electrolyte is also okay. But if if you are going with a higher voltage, the battery pack has to be sealed because we are carrying a small kind of bomb inside the battery pack. If it explodes, complete vehicle will explode within a fraction of a second. So to maintain the safety of the battery pack, we use a gel type of battery pack in electrolyte in electric vehicles followed with the insulation. So insulation is must for any battery pack, must and should, because if the insulation is not there, heat can be dissipated from the ambient temperature inside the battery pack or inside to the ambient temperature. For example, if you are not using proper insulation, if you are driving the car or if you are driving the two-wheeler, you can feel the heat from the underbody of the vehicle, and it can be catch fire, it can be explode, it can be get punctured, it can be get leak also. So based on the usage of the battery and the voltage of the battery, so electrolyte is defined. If it is for inverter batteries, it can be a steel battery also. But costing is one of the important factor in the battery, and also recycling. Lead acid battery can be recycled very easy. Local manufacturing can done. But coming to lithium, it needs a lot of process, lot of manufacturing procedures to recycle. So based on the availability of the requirement of the user and also input of the costing.
Okay, sir. Actually,
Sir,
there was
one more question, sir. The power type of electrolyte is durable or successful for EV, sir?
Power type of
electrolyte is durable or successful for EV?
I don't mean actually. I didn't get you. Power type of electrolyte successful for EV, right?
The power type of electrolyte is durable or successful?
I mean, what kind of power type?
Ma'am, Vanita ma'am, if possible, you just unmute it and directly speak to ma'am. We are not get clear the question.
Latest batteries and all, they are empowering with powder type, sir. Whether it is more successful for electrical vehicle applications, sir?
Which electrolyte, ma'am? Which electrolyte? Lithium ion or lithium ion?
Yes, sir. Lithium ion, sir.
Yeah, lithium ion is successful electric vehicle. It is recommended for electric vehicles because the safety of the lithium ion is more than lead acid battery. Because if the lead acid or H2SO4 solution can peel off, it can corrode the material of anything. If, for example, if you drop the lead acid H2SO4 solution on your cloth, it can catch fire, it can get corroded, it can be anything. So, considering the lithium ion carry forward capacity of the cell and the material, so this is recommended for electric vehicles. And because lithium ion will not catch fire that easy than any other, and also it can sustain maximum temperature. So that is why we use the lithium ion for the electric vehicle. Energy density is more in the lithium ion than any others. That's
Thank you, sir. Actually, we are all the participants have been eagerly waiting. So my thing is, the session was very fantastic, sir.
So I'm very sorry for this. Actually, I couldn't expect it. Sorry, Muthu sir.
No issues, sir. No issues, sir. Actually, I think with your no issues, no issues, sir. Actually, it is a time for me to propose a vote of thanks for this event. So very happy to see that in spite of some technical issue, you try to manage the situation and try to make the knowledge transfer has been done in very effective manner. So that's the reason the participants has been able to ask some of the queries, especially related to battery thing. You have been demonstrated the types of lithium cells as well as how it can be useful for the future application, and you have been explained the battery management system, and you have been shown the typical diagram of Tata and Nexon. So by this thing will be definitely will make the my participant will get the thing. Anyway, the PPT has been shared by you.
Yeah.
With your permission, if you give me permission, then I can be able to share that same PPT.
Yeah, that you can share actually. Along with that, just share the links also where they can go through the YouTube. I mean, go through the links YouTube. It is clearly mentioned how the battery pack is manufactured, how the battery pack is charged, discharged. Everything is mentioned in the videos. Okay, I have just collected from the different process.
Okay.
You can go through that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again on behalf of.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Muthu sir.
Sir, thank you.
Sorry for it.
So just there was a small final question from the audience, sir. Please.
Okay.
Sir, the battery bulging, how to reduce?
Battery bulging.
How to reduce?
Battery bulging is only because of overcharging. So there are some cases. For example, if I'm taking one battery lithium, electric vehicle only in four-wheeler. So generally we see low lead acid battery bulging is because of overcharging. So whenever there is cell voltage defect or electrolyte cannot carry the electrons to the one cell to other cell and to cathode. But if it is the electrolyte stores or one place, so that is a battery gated bulge. Also there is going to be leakage of the this electrolyte from the electrolyte from the active materials. So some cases like the active material will corrode from the material, the anode or cathode, and this gets accumulated one place. So this is carrying this is attracting the part of energy from the electron, and it gets accumulated one place and gets bulged. It is only because of overcharge. Battery bulging nothing but overcharge. So it can be because of cell voltage difference, one point. It can be because of corrosion in this battery cells.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving the detailed explanation on this thing, sir. You have been answered all our queries, and there was no question has been left over. So thank you, sir. On the behalf of Energy Technical Service and on behalf of my complete team of electrical engineering.
Sorry, extremely sorry. Please never mind.
No issue.
This was an unavoidable situation for me. Right.
No issue. Thank you, sir. Bye bye. So, audience, we have been posted the feedback link. You have been requested to fill the feedback before leaving the meeting, please. And the feedback link has been posted in the chat box. Kindly please fill it. So, Pawan sir, you are trying to say something, sir. Professor Pawan Kumar Modi, sir.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir. So you are trying to say something, sir.
No. It was a good about the battery. That was a very excellent, in-depth knowledge has been given. Much more thing I have not listened earlier. So with this particular session, I got some inside view. It has cleared some of my doubts.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your compliment.
Yeah. And just I was today afternoon there was some network issue.
Yes, because that network issue at the there in the expert end, so unfortunately he was unable to make it. But anyway, we tried in other way and he presented this thing, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent. I think, sir.
Tell me, sir. Rajesh Kumar, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, the session was very good. In the attendance link, there are 2 names are there, sir. Should we submit 2 times?
No need, sir. Actually, it is mistake at my end only. I should follow. So anyone you can select now. Not at all issue. You can select either this thing or this thing. You can select anyone. No need to submit 2 times.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Actually, we supposed to keep 2 names in a thing. So it is mistake at your end. You can select any one of the name and you can submit. No need to submit the 2 separate feedback, sir. Sorry.
Thanks.
So tomorrow will be the last day of this FTP. So as usual, we will have to conduct the assessment exam, and exam will be conducted minimum of having 30 questions. So you have to write the exam. So I think it will be very easy only. I think there will not be no difficulties in getting the thing. So if you are having any doubt, you can ask me, and I can able to clarify regarding other norms and this thing.
Sir, which mode, sir? Exam is on which mode, sir?
Which one? Mostly will be making the online exam, like creating the Google form.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. It will be MCQ type.
MCQ only, sir. There is no name. MCQ only. Nothing to it.
Okay, sir. How many? What is the duration, sir? Would be?
Actually, duration we are not keeping any restriction. We want to keep it tomorrow. Most probably by 3 o'clock it will be starting.
Okay.
By 4 or 5 we can close it, sir. So far I not kept any time restriction on writing completing the exam. So I was keeping up to 5 o'clock.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Maximum half an hour we can complete, sir. No issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice of you, sir.
Test will start. Is it 2:30?
Actually, 2:30 will be having the formal validatory. This thing will be getting started, madam. So most probably our higher management, mostly our GM will be interacting. Are you audible, madam? Please raise me, madam.
Yes, sir. Now, yes, sir.
Yes, actually tomorrow the class will be that validatory function will start by 2:30. There will be a maximum of 15 to 20 minutes. There will be interaction with the participant will be taken care by our GM, sir. Once the validity has been over, then we used to take some of the oral feedback through verbally. Once everything has been over, then we can go for the exam, madam. That's it.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I'm Sanjay Posle, sir. I am not getting the feedback link, sir. Feedback link. from
Actually,
my
I
chat
want to
meeting.
make very clear. So actually, today also we got same issue. When I'm morning also, one participant called me and I asked him to uninstall it and reinstall it. After that, he was getting everything. So if you don't mind, I'll be posting the feedback link. Personally, yesterday also you faced the same issue. I'm correct, sir?
Yeah.
I'll be
So,
posting it, sir, separately. If you
hello.
ping me, I'll post it.
Hello, sir. Okay. So on my
Audible.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Can I send my WhatsApp number then for you for getting this thing?
Actually, my thing is today I am requesting, sir, Sanjay sir, you try to do one small favor for me. You try to uninstall your this thing, sir, team, and try to install it, sir. Can you do it for me, sir, please?
Yeah, sure.
No problem. That we can discuss. That is not a thing. Because one more thing I want to.
We hope that, sir, it not the problem will not repeat for the during the test time, assessment time.
No, sir. Actually, there was a mistake conception has been happening at. There was no issue at my end. Only issue.
Yes, sir. Our end only, sir. Yes.
Only at the participant end, because we are using licensing. We are being government agency. We never compromise on this thing.
Correct,
and
sir.
issue is happening at the participant because of that configuration at the problem. Because almost 5 customers, 5 participants has been uninstalled it. After installing, they are able to do it. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sorry for
sir. Thank you.
Maybe
No, sir.
So, sir,
But you are taking, sir, Microsoft attendance also, no, sir?
No, actually, I'm taking that thing because 200 people in the imagine, sir. My faculties are getting heated up daily. They are going to the home last days and 8 o'clock. So they're trying their level best to take both the attendance and feedback. Almost we are going to complete till 4th day. We are going to match it both the things, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, we will try to share the soft copy of the attendance which has been taken in both Microsoft team as well as this thing, sir. We'll try to update by end of the day, sir.
Hello, sir. One idea is that
yes, sir.
If some people can join WhatsApp web, just open the computer desktop browser and WhatsApp web, and directly click on the link which has been provided in the WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir.
Automatically, it will give 2 or 3 options. From there, we can just join the meeting in the same browser. So no need of installing the MS Team. Automatically, it will be getting us the link directly to the meeting. So one participant, if there is some problem, participants can use WhatsApp web.
Okay, sir. That what your input is saying is maybe useful for other participants. Thank you, Mohan Kumar, sir, for giving your hints. So any more doubts, sir, regarding any more things regarding the final day? Tomorrow morning we'll be having the session pertaining to normal thing. We'll be having a business opportunity on industrial aspects going to take, followed by stress management, and the second half will be having only exam. The participants are requested to give the feedback before they leaving the meeting. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your compliment, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, it takes the time to install me this one again, Microsoft. So